Hello everyone, my name is Apur Pandey and I'm back with the next episode of my series. Last episode we picked stocks from the longer time frame horizon of 10 to 15 to 20 years. But in this video, we'll be picking up stocks with the time frame of 1 to 2 years, and we'll be focusing on one major sector, which is the agrochemical sector. In this video, we'll be discussing about the recent changes and recent news which is unraveling around the world, which is beneficial for this sector, and we'll be analyzing two major stocks of this sector. So do watch this video to the end. Also, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done already, and do remember to press the bell icon now so that you can get all my future videos instantly. Before we start, let me first explain what is the agrochemical sector. Agrochemical sector comprises of companies and industries which manufacture chemicals, fertilizers and pesticides for benefiting the agricultural industry. Now, why we have picked this industry is because of these major reasons. One is in the budget, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman laid out 16-fold plans to increase the supply chain and demand of the agricultural sector. Second, recently locust swarm is hitting many western states and dry states, especially Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, and Punjab. If you don't know what is a locust, so let me first explain. Locust is an insect which destroys crops, and if you look at these pictures and images, you will understand how डरावना the situation is, कितनी डरावनी situation है, and it is way lot very dangerous for the crops. Third thing is, recently in the special economic package, government again gave us good news regarding the agricultural sector and regarding increasing the supply chain. Fourthly, the US-China trade war which was commencing last year, उसमें थोड़ी easiness आई है, and companies have changed management and of many companies have changed their policies, export and import policies, and due to falling crude oil prices, which is the fifth reason, the cost of freight and transportation would be way lot, especially in the international companies which also export to international markets. So these are the major reasons. Now let us look at two major stocks. One stock is Rallis India, which is again backed by huge Reliance Industries, and the stock is currently trading at around 210 to 215, and we expect the stock to grow up to 250 to 260 in the next 12 to 15 months. The reason for this being is that due to early harvesting of the Rabi crops in the season, and we also saw an increase of around 30 to 35% in the Rabi crops production, especially in millets, groundnuts, cotton, and all those products. So this was again a good sign. Agriculture boosted. Secondly, the late sowing of the Kharif season, which will commence from June, and that by that time we are expecting monsoons to again arrive, and monsoons we are expecting to be pretty much nicer than last year. Last year there was drought in many parts of the country, and this year we are expecting good monsoons. So again, this will boost the agricultural production, and when agricultural production boosts, obviously the need for pesticides and fertilizers, those things will also come into picture. Secondly, government अभी recently due to the recent locust swarm which we just saw, बहुत heavy quantities में locust have destroyed crops across Africa and Pakistan, and government they have made a huge ground plan, and they have educated all the farmers, and they are supplying pesticides to all those farmers, and sprays of pesticides is being done in states like Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Punjab, so that the farmers can actually protect their crops. This means an immediate rise in the demand for companies and stocks which manufacture pesticides for the agricultural industry. Thirdly, the chemical metribuzin, Rallis India planned to supply 500 metric ton of metribuzin by last year, and which was the target was met by the start of this year, and the target by February 2020 was again further 500 metric ton. And based on the news and all those results, that supply has again been benefited in spite of this heavy lockdown. So in the next coming years, This will again increase the operating margins and EBITDA margins of the company, which will again benefit the company in the longer as well as the shorter run. So these are the major points, fundamental points, based on which we picked Rallis India, and we expect the stock to grow up to 250 to 260 in the next 12 to 15 months. Technically also we have analyzed the stocks, and the stock looks good. There are good volumes, and recently we have seen that due to the recent increase and signs of increase in demand, the stock has already rallied a bit, around 5 to 7%. Second stock which we'll be analyzing today is United Phosphorus Limited, or UPL Limited. We have picked this stock based on technical as well as fundamental indicators, as well as we have done intrinsic value calculation of the stock. Technically the stock looks good, and there are good volumes, and the stock is expected to grow up to 510 to 530 in the next 15 to 18 months. Fundamentally, there are four major factors why we have picked the stock. First, the locust form, which is in common for this entire sector. Apart from that, the monsoons are expected to be a lot better this year. Thirdly, due to US-China trade war, last year supply to many Latin American and North American countries was impacted, but the company has changed the structure of supply, and this year that same exports are expected to grow, and the fall in the crude oil prices will again decrease the freight charges and hence the operating margins. So this is another factor which will increase the operations margin and profits margin. Thirdly, in European countries, there was a lot of tension in the European countries due to Brexit and other rules. But again, this company was able to manage good biosolutions last year, and the demand for soya exports in countries like in the African and European countries is expected to rise again, because the company has changed its entire supply chain, and it has made a very robust integration with its supply chain, which will and the recent governmental policies to increase the supply chain further has been a blessing in disguise for this company. And based on these four factors, we believe that the stock has good potential in the next 15 to 18 months, and we can see targets of 500 to 530. Thirdly, we did value investing calculations and intrinsic value calculation of the stock, and based on that calculation, the stock already looks undervalued. The actual value of the stock is above 425. We have posted that on our Instagram channel. You can visit this link. Follow here on Instagram, and you can see our intrinsic value calculation there. And since the stock looks undervalued, and based on the current market situation, we believe that the stock will have a definite increase in proportion, and we can expect the stock to give good returns. So this will be apart from this, there is one more thing. We recently analyzed Tata Chemicals Limited. You can watch the video here. Tata Chemicals Limited is again into manufacturing of agrochemical products, and what we believe is that these events will again benefit that stock as well. So we have already given targets of around 400 in that stock, which you can watch in the video, and you can look over there. So that is the third stock, which is not exactly from the sector, but due to its inclination and certain products which it develops for the sector, we believe that that stock is again gonna benefit. So that would be all for today. You can comment any queries on any stock picks or any recommendation which you want in the next videos. You can definitely comment, and we'll be responding to those comments and preparing videos. So until next video, stay home, stay safe, take care, and bye bye.